All right, hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, yeehaw. This is something that has been asked of me many times while I have been streaming, so I'm live here on stream to talk to you about held items and which items you should upgrade to level 40, which items you should not mess with at all to upgrade to level 40. And in general, I want to talk about the items in level 40 real quick before we hop into our tier list here. You can see we have a beautiful looking tier list that we're going to get to in just a moment. First, let me just show you the items. So these are your held items. You used to only be able to go up to level 30. Now you can take an item from level 30 to 40. So if you look at the benefits of an item, I always like to point this out in case this is someone's first time seeing the video or they're just a little confused by something like this. When you look at an item, it starts to become pretty good at level 10 and really good at level 20 because these are when the passive effects get buffed. It's almost the entirety of an item's value is gotten at level 20. There is something nice about getting certain items to level 30 and then now moving forward certain items to level 40. But 40 has even greater diminishing returns than going from 20 to 30. It also costs, we did the math on this yesterday, and I forgot to write it down, but it was something like 5,000 enhancers, right? You know what? Let me do it right now. I'll find an item to upgrade to 30, maybe something that I would decide to upgrade. I don't have too many more left that I actually would love to upgrade to 30 if I'm being honest, or upgrade to 40 if I'm being honest, but let me see an okay percentage one. I guess it might be, honestly, attack weight wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's probably going to be my shell bell, maybe? That's kind of a cheesy one to upgrade, but it does give me cooldown. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade it right here. I can give you the exact amount of enhancers this costs from going to 30, from 30 to 40, which is an insane amount. Let's do it. Yeah, the bracers are a good call. It's true. All right. So that cost me 3,459 item enhancers, okay? To go from 30 to 40. And what I got for it was a little extra special attack and a little extra cooldown. Should have leveled the scarf, the choice scarf maybe. So that's what I got for that. I have a few items already at level 40, so you can probably see how this tier list is going to play out. But you don't get an increased passive effect, and you just get a very minimal stat increase for these items. So don't stress if you don't have level 40 items. They're not going to be a huge difference maker. Let's take a look at our tier list right here. We have level 40. These are items that I would recommend upgrading to level 40 once you already have every item in the game at least at 20 that you want to use. Then you can start with this, but this is fully end game stuff. We have our okay tier. These are things that would be fine to upgrade. And then we have our don't level 40 tier. So as you can see from some of the items I worked on, the muscle band I think is a great call. The reason for this is, as we go back to our game really quick, muscle band is a percentage based item. And this is where all the consideration is going to come with your items. Muscle band is an attack speed percentage based item. Scope lens, which is going to be next on our list, gives you crit rate and damage as a percentage. Energy amplifier, cooldown, and unite move charge as a percentage, and on and on and on. The reason these are so much better is because the base stat increases that you get, like for instance, if I go to upgrade my focus band, it would cost me 310 item enhancers to get 1 point of defense. A single point of defense. It is so irrelevant, I can't even begin to talk about how irrelevant it is. So, the things that have percentage base that would be a decent call. Muscle band, scope lens, rapid fire scarf, energy amplifier. I think I'm gonna add a row below. And this row is to a lesser degree. Because I was about to say to a lesser degree, and I'm like, you know what? That deserves its own row then. To a lesser degree, you could be light green, I think. And you should be a darker color. Okay. To a lesser degree, an item like Shell Bell. I don't think Shell Bell is probably as good as these, but it does give you a percentage based on your cooldown reduction, right? So I don't think that's bad, but it's definitely like a level 40 to a lesser degree right here. And then there are some that just give you some really, really rough bonuses. I think both Excel Bracer and Drive Lens, because they have lowered the amount of cooldown they give, are probably actually pretty fair to put into this to a lesser degree category. And I think everything else is mostly fine with a few exceptions, right? Some of them give you some like small bonuses. There's another category. I have to add one more category. And this is the maybe tier. The maybe tier, the idea behind this category, it was developed years ago. This category is here because I don't actually know how relevant speed is on certain, like for certain things to actually give you some additional move speed. So I'm going to say that any item that gives a little speed, I could put into the maybe tier. It's like maybe. Oh, and we have the B tier. Still got the B tier. So these ones are all maybes, and the reason I say maybe is because you get an increase of move speed with these. So you get like a little HP and you get a little move speed. This also isn't that great of an item in general, but you get 2 stats and you get move speed. There is a reality where someone could math out the move speed and be like, oh, there's actually a good break point here. I have no idea if that would be the case, but the other one that could be decent is Choice Scarf, because it gives a percentage and it gives move speed. It's just kind of a bad item, but it did recently get buffed. So maybe that one would be okay, right? Everything else is like, whatever. I could put some in the don't level to 40 category, but really they would just be items that I think are generally kind of like very, very specific and not, super ideal overall. Like, if you look at an item like Score Shield, I probably would put this in the don't level to 40. Like, the whole point of this is getting a shield from scoring, right? I think these stacking items are probably okay. Where are you, buddy? They're like okay. You get a little extra of your stat, which isn't like the worst thing possible. Where's the cookie? There it is. And then like other things, I mean, you might be doing okay with like a Resonant Guard. I don't know. I honestly don't think that like Focus Band gives you much at all. I think defenses are pretty bad. I probably wouldn't level this to 40 at all. Maybe you would level something like Rocky Helm a little over that, just because you get 2 stats that you get out of it. That's like HP is slightly better. Razor Claw is a maybe, but the bonus you get from it is so incredibly small that I don't know about that one. Buddy Barrier would be fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's like a chunk of HP. Same thing with like Big Root. They're like okay. Leftovers gives you 2 things, right? Maybe Leftovers is a way to go. Like, I don't know, Tenacity Belt also I feel like it's just a bad item, but it just also falls into this category. Because Leftovers gives you HP recovery over time. Like, that might be okay. Like, these ones might be slightly okay. They're both probably still, like, not very useful to level. Choice Specs is whatever. Wise Glasses is whatever. Drain Crown gives you HP, right? So it's, like, I guess it's okay, giving you some HP. Curse items just give you slightly more stat. Weakness Policy, slightly more stat. Slick Spoon, slightly more stat. And HP. So actually Slick Spoon might be, like, an okay one, right? These are all fine. What's Rescue Hood? Yeah, Rescue Hood I don't think is great. Assault Vest is HP and Special Defense, and then a curse item giving you some stats. This is about what I would say it looks like. Oh, I see it's like getting cut off here. Sorry about that, guys. This is about what I would say it looks like. So all your priority is going to be into these top ones for percentage stats and possibly these ones here for percentage-based stats. It does not matter whether or not you have a held item to level 40. It will make almost the absolute smallest difference in the entire game, outside of maybe some breakpoints with attack speed. or cooldown. Those are my guesses. So that's why this tier list is set up this way. It's just basically letting you know attack speed or cooldown, maybe a little move speed as well. I would need someone to like kind of look more into it. But these are going to be priority. Everything else takes almost no priority. And then these ones down here, I think like take 0 priority as well, basically. Yeah, that's about the tier list, right? From the chat, Leftovers gives less HP. Big Root, Resonant Guard, and Buddy gives 75, which is meaningful. I'm not saying you couldn't level those items. They're all in this category, but I don't think it's very meaningful. You know? I don't think 75 HP is actually... It's not nothing, right? So if you want to level them, sure, go ahead. It's not nothing. It's better than, I think, like 5 points of defense. But in general, I don't think it's that relevant. I do think there's something to be said about leveling your stacking items. The only thing is, like, you get a very, very small, like, extra bonus early by leveling your stacking items, but it's going to be extremely minimal. So for me, I think the big differences are attack speed, like crit. It's nice to have a little extra crit percentage, right? I like Energy Amplifier just as an item, and the extra cooldown is nice. But that is how the tier list breaks down. So if you want to know what to get to 40, the answer is nothing until you get like all the items to 20, because that's where all the items are good. But if you're going to level to 40, that's my opinion on priority. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I love you. Thank you, chat, for being here live. I will see you all next time. We did it. Yeah, and say bye to YouTube, everybody. Make sure you're saying bye to them. They're going to miss you. My name is Jeff. Good comment. Lots of good comments here. Hi, YouTube. Okay. Little off what I asked for. There's a few buys in the chat. Some people are on board with the buys. They get it. They get it.